Hello Internet, this is BoneCarlos coming to you live from Antigua Shipyards to bring you another StarCraft 2 cast commentary. Let's go ahead and get right into the players, right into the cast, because I am feeling kinda groovy. Spawning in, looks like the 4 o'clock position as the red Protoss, we have LATsiete. Lat, I'm just gonna go ahead and call him Lat. And spawning in the 3 o'clock position as the blue Zerg, we have ORRY. Apparently that's how you pronounce it, but that's going to be very difficult to say alongside LATsiete, so it's going to be Lat versus ORRY. I'm sorry for mispronouncing your name, but it's just kind of difficult to give you that kind of weird, stereotypical accent. ORRY. So this is going to be a PvZ, and as always, I am going to be rooting for the Protoss, a Lat, as he Forge Fast expands. ORRY sends his Overlord in the right direction and scouts in the proper zone. He's going to go ahead and spot that Forge Fast expand and do the typical thing that Zerg usually does, and goes triple expand by the time this second base is up. So whenever, I don't know, if a Zerg is playing up against a Protoss and he's Forge Fast expanding, why not triple expand, get a little bit greedy, since you know there's not going to be any sort of push by at least the 12-minute mark. So that's just my take, and that's just kind of like the give and take of a PvZ when the Protoss does Forge Fast expand. That's why I never. I know I've read forums and threads and people saying that you always should Forge Fast expand against a Zerg, but I mean, you can Forge Fast expand, have a 2-base huge death ball, but they comfortably have 2 bases, 3, sometimes even 4, and then it's just silly at that point. If you've listened to some of my previous casts, you know I like to do something a bit conventional, like Forge Fast expanding into a quick robo for quick drops, harassment, like double pronged harass with double warp prisms to the extremities of the base. That's always fun and interesting to do. So let's hope that VAT or Lat actually does something of that nature, not just straight up Forge Fast expand. But ORRY is already doing something a little bit strange, putting up 6 Zerglings to counteract this Forge Fast expand. More than likely he's just going to run by and try to get into that mineral line of Lats to do as much economic damage as possible. And if he actually times this correctly, he's actually will get past this Forge, since I mean, there isn't even a cannon going down, and these Lings are already almost into his base. So this photon cannon actually is, if I were ORRY, I would just go ahead and attack this photon cannon, bring it down, take down this Forge, take down this pylon, because with this many probes, it could actually be quite a bit of a problem with these Zerglings. It looks like Lat is doing the same thing, is doing the sensible thing by rallying all the workers onto one mineral patch to try to get a surround on those Zerglings, and he actually does get a surround, so nice little bit of a surround. That's exactly what you want to do in case you get a bunch of Zerglings in your base. Let's go ahead and take a look at the units lost. We see 5 probes were actually lost in that exchange, while all 6 of those Zerglings were taken down. So a bit interesting. I would say that's more. That's a little bit more in favor of ORRY, since he did take down 5 of those. He took down 5 of those probes, and that's just huge economic damage, especially early on when you want to be just churning out those probes as soon as possible. Looks like ORRY is scatting around, making sure they're trying to catch this little probe that's off guard and outside of his comfort zone. Now he's being chased by 4 Zerglings. He might get away, he might not. So good luck on him, and best of seed vaya con Dios. Right now we see his ORRY's barely taking his natural, but he already has his third about halfway up. So very interested to see how, if he continues to get a 4th maybe overhead the gold, or he just going to go ahead and macro and drone up with those 3 bases. And it looks like this little probe is actually going to get home nice and safe behind this photon cannon. 1 photon cannon actually down in Lat's base. He takes down 1 Zergling, so right now he's completely walled. He's going to go ahead and finish his wall with a single Zealot right over here, and you know, some of these little Zerglings are just going to go ahead and dance around at the foot of the base, making sure nothing too crazy gets by, maybe an extra probe or something of that nature. We see an Overlord over here at the extremities of Lat's base, but as of right now, nothing too crazy is going down. A Roach Warren is going down for ORRY, while his actually 2nd natural expansion at his 3rd is completed, and his 2nd is going to be up in quite a bit in a few seconds. And his second extractor is that what I've noticed from ORRY is that he actually doesn't have that many queens. He has 2 queens, 1 on each base, but at this point you want to have 3 and 4 really. You want to have 1 for each of these expansions while having another to just spread that creep. I mean, at this point I would have creep down to here just to give yourself that vision, just to make the enemy that much more uneasy about what's going on. It looks like LATsiete to push forward, try to take on as many Zerglings as possible. He does manage to take down one, gets that 1 kill, but he does suffer a bit of a hull damage, so 1 little nibble on his armor. And still Lat is not exactly deciding on a specific tech path quite yet, more than likely because he did suffer quite a bit of economic damage early on with those 6 Zerglings, and still doesn't take his Vespene Geysers at his main. He's finally putting down a couple more gateways, but as of yet that's only 3 gateways, while putting down a couple of pylons at the extremities to make sure that nothing slips by, maybe an overseer or anything of that nature. The Roach Warren is done, but wow, look at that, no metabolic boost yet for Zerglings, so I would actually say that's a bit of a good play. I mean, Zerglings aren't going to be that big of a deal in this matchup, especially if the Protoss is force expanding, so why waste the resources when you know you're not going to be using that many Zerglings right off the bat. Those roaches are popping, making sure to just revamp that army that ORRY has right now. But as of right now, I mean, I would just why not? I mean, he has the minerals. Why not take another base, another gold one right here or over here? Just take another secret base. But as you can see, he's not completely saturated at his expansions quite yet. He's just pushing out quite a bit of units right now. Finally, the Zealot decides to get brave, pushes forward, takes down those remaining Zerglings, and he's going to push forward. And not sure where exactly he's rallied to. I'm not sure what he's doing by himself, doing a little bit of solo action. You see a double Robo Base, so wow, 2 Robo Bays. I'm not sure if he's going to go Immortals or if he's going to go straight into Colossus tech there. It looks like he has fully saturated at both his bases, so more than likely going to see a bit of a Colossus tech play going, but with only 3 warp gates, wow, gateway is done, but these aren't transformed into warp gate yet. I am not sure exactly what the level of these players are, but from the level of play, I would say platinum, maybe gold level, platinum tops, since these haven't even been turned into warp gateways yet. We see a single Zealot deciding to be a hero, trying to take down his queen. Oh, no, we see the Royal Guard does manage to pick off that assassin, trying to get in and attack the queen, so save the queen. Oh, it looks like the Robo Bay was cancelled and a Stargate was put in its place. A bunch of pylons are going down to make sure he is not supply blocked for a long time. 3 more gateways are being put down, and finally warp tech is being put into use on these 2, and the second Robo facility going to be put down, it looks like. So gonna have a little bit of a hodgepodge of units. Seems like it's gonna go Void Ray, since the second robotics facility went down and no Colossus Den, as Dana likes to put it. I'm gonna assume he's gonna go turn off those Immortals. Yep, looks like he is being producing those, and as of right now, he's actually producing quite a bit of he's producing quite a bit of research. So ground level, weapon level 1, and armor level 1 is being upgraded right here. I think both of these forges. So very interesting play by Lat. Do something a little bit unconventional into more conventional. No Colossus tech, more than likely. He saw these roaches on the field when he tried to pick off that queen and said, I'm going to need those Immortals to bring down those roaches. Gonna go ahead and churn them out, while ORRY does go ahead and goes for Spire Tech and an extra hatchery in his main base. Not quite sure that's the best of ideas, since he doesn't have a complete saturation at his third quite yet. I would actually like to see him plop it down right over here at the gold. Why not? He has vision right now of most of the entire map, so he has a good idea of what's going on. He knows that his opponent hasn't taken a third yet, but it looks like he is gearing up to take one. Lat is taking his third. So he feels quite safe with the amount of forces that he has, especially with the reinforced and tech structures and unit producing structures that he has up and running. And right now he's keeping his minerals low, or his money low, while ORRY is just kind of a nope. There goes that stockpile. Looks like 13 Mutalisks actually bring kind of churn into your economy quite a bit. So we're gonna see Mutalisk harassment play, and it's actually a very good play, since I don't think Lat is just researching Blink. So if he actually pushes forward, he could do quite a bit of damage, especially since Lat doesn't have anything. Does he have any other units besides these? No, he has 3 Immortals, 2 Zealots, and 3 Stalkers, backed up by a couple of Sentries. So as soon as these Mutalisks go in, they could just wipe the floor with the amount of units that are in this in the front here. Forgot Ling Speed FF. No worries, you don't need Ling speed since you're gonna be going flying around the map. I would actually like to see Lat just push down a couple of more stalkers, but he does not see this Mutalisk ball coming. ORRY is just gonna go straight for the jugular, attack the economy yet again. And while he's over here typing, ORRY BMs him, attacks him, and a lot of probes have been taken down. So on the units lost up, you see another 24 units have been lost by Lat, and it looks like ORRY's going to go ahead and take off Pylon here, Stalker here, and go back into the probe line yet again. 32 units lost, 35 units lost, 36, 40, 42, 40 plus units lost. That is just leave them there, ORRY. You're fine. Take out as many probes as possible. You have 50 units lost. Go on home. You are A-okay. And as you can see, mass mutant ball up against Protoss is quite handy if you did catch my last play. A little bit different from this one since the third player, I do believe it was Vector, got 50 plus Mutalisks in his army. And wow, take a look at the income tab. We see 21 Harvesters for Lat, while 80 for ORRY, or ORRY. And he is quite saturated. He has, wow, look at all these roaches. So do the damage economically with with those Mutalisks and just swarm them, swarm them, swarm them. Right now he could actually just push forward. He's maxed out currently, so 198 food up against 81. He could just 1A move his to victory. If any losses do happen, it looks like just go ahead and hit 4 S R R R R R, and you will be A-okay. This small force really isn't gonna do much. I mean, even if there were perfect force fields going down, this is just too many roaches to overcome. The power of the Immortals, Hearts and Shields is nothing compared to all these roaches. I mean, he did lose quite a bit, and there was a lot of kills on these Immortals, but there is nothing else for Lat. 10 more roaches were into production, so wow, very nice play by ORRY. And that's what happens when you take your opponent off guard and kill an upwards of, I don't know, 40, 50 probes. So that was it. I hope you guys enjoyed. If not, leave a comment down below on what I could do to make these more enjoyable for you. Otherwise, leave a link down below to one of the major replay sites of a replay you want me to do of your own design, and I'll go ahead and take care of it. Also, if you want me to cast it in any kind of different way, more instructional, I am a platinum level player currently, so Diamond Masters will probably just laugh at me, but anyone below, I could just give out tips and what I could do to make your game a little bit better. Or if you just want me to do these casting games in more entertainment kind of way, or if you want me to cast it in a certain style, leave a comment down below. Now I'm just rambling. I'm gonna get on out of here. It's time for lunch, yo.